My name is Joe Hughley, and I will be presenting on the evolution of fitness equipment. First, it will be the evolution of electronic fitness equipment. In 1968, Dr. King created the first piece of electric exercise equipment, the lifestyle stationary bike. The basic concept of this bike is just, hasn't changed. But the evolution of the expectation for the treadmill has changed. If you think about the first picture up top and the handles, the screen, and the chair itself, even the pedals, you can see it's a little bit outdated. We're gonna talk more about the stationary bike a little bit later, but I wanted to start off with just the screen itself on fitness equipment, electrical fitness equipment. If you think about the screen on the treadmill, you can think about the new innovations of allowing people to feel like they're, either on a track, a running trail, climbing up a mountain, just because of the apps and the visualization that you get on the treadmill. There's multiple different electronic, evolutions that have been made, to kind of, comfort the person that's working out the most. If you look at the evolution of the leg press, see the leg press in 1978, Kaiser debuted the leg press machine for the first machine to use paramagnetic resistance instead of iron to build the strength up and power. There's different, thought process about the leg press, and the evolution is not been a lot when it comes to the actual weight and the thought process of how to strengthen those muscles in your quads and things like that, but it's more of the actual equipment itself. If you look at the top picture, then look at the bottom, you can see the chair is, more flexible with the height of the person that's working out. The padding itself on the chair, along with the gouges to kind of change the weight of it as well. So there's a lot of evolutions when it comes to the chair itself, how it's designed over the years to kind of really give the best comfortable fit for the person that's working out and give the person the right amount of resistance needed to continue to get better. The evolution of the Stairmaster. Now, in 1984, the Stairmaster was arguably the most groundbreaking fitness equipment innovation in the 1980s. In 2008, the Stairmaster launched the redesigned gauntlet, representing the brand's best design combination of cardio and strength training yet. So now if you look at the first picture looks like pretty much basic about, if you look at the handles of it, if the person that's walking and the screen itself, it's, it was, if you think about 1980s, that was big time. If you look at now in the bottom picture, you can see that the handles itself is kind of in a U shape for people that maybe, during the workout may want to hunch over and relax on the handles. It gives a better, more comfortable feel. If you can, but you can't really see it here. But if you can see the actual stairs itself, there's a different rotator on the stairs where it gives you a better, simulation of walking upstairs, and it gives you a better, like a more safer route in case like you miss a step or something like that. There's still like the rubbery, the part of the step kind of grips your shoe, whatever shoe that you're wearing, at a better. And this, if you look at the screen, kind of gives you back when I was talking about the treadmill and how it can kind of give you a better simulation of walking up a stadium or something like that. It's something you can kind of look at or plug your headphones in to listen to music as well. So it gives you a lot of different, apps and things like that compared to the first one that was ever made. The stationary bike. In 1995, after a century of being known as the leading producer of the recreational bicycle, Schwinn partnered with the Mad Dog Athletics to introduce the original Jimmy G Sprinter lines of exercise bikes. That's the one up top, 1995. In 2008, the Schwinn produces the AC Performance Plus exercise bike. The bike creates an authentic outdoor riding experience with the carbon blue belt drive system developed by Outdoor Bikes. So what basically was saying is, back in the day, there been bikes. The bike up top, the first bike, gave you a simulation of just riding a bike, maybe like indoors or stationary. But the evolution of it was more about the seating, the gouge to kind of change the weight on the bike while you're riding. You can kind of get a different pedal to it. Say if you're going uphill or you were, doing some type of resistant bike riding, and the belt itself in the bike kind of gives like a bumpy experience, simulating that you're going to be riding outside, kind of gives you a different elevation so you can get a different, workout. So everything is not consistent, what I'm saying, kind of can change the gouges of kind of how intense or, relaxed you want your workout to be. If you pay close attention to the handle itself, it kind of gives you different handles for different situations you might be. If you're standing up on your bike, you kind of can push off a little bit, or if you kind of want to ride, more in a, seated kind of laying forward position, it gives you a more comfortable rest as well. So it's multiple different small little details about the bike from 1995 to 2008, where you can kind of see the little details that was thought about over time, where it can kind of give the rider and the athlete a better experience on the bike. If you look at the evolution of the dumbbell, if you can see in the first picture, is very not that. It's pretty much basic, kind of something you see on the everyday gym, where there's different, weights on the side on two different sides of the dumbbell to kind of give you a gauge of where you want to, how much weight do you want to put on to kind of simulate a great workout. The use of the dumbbell dates all the way back to the ancient Greeks. The ancient Greeks used halters during the long jump competition to help them jump further. As technology has progressed, the dumbbell has upgraded to silicone, steel, concrete, and even dials in the buttons. Well, if you look at the bottom picture, the picture can kind of, it shows you how the the dumbbell itself, is one dumbbell. If you're working out at home and doing home workouts, this would be a nice dumbbell you can use, because you don't have to have a multiple to kind of change your weight. You can just slide them off of the dumbbell and kind of screw it back on to kind of gouge, depending on where you want to, what type of workout you're doing, and give you a better, accessible way to work out with the dumbbell. And having different buttons, you can just see the evolution within itself just off the picture of how much it has changed over time. What are some of the brands of this equipment? So I've talked about the Stairmaster, the leg press, the stationary bike, dumbbells. These are all, very similar in, um, um, equipment that you see all the time. And these are the top brands that you would see if you walked into a Lifetime, Fitness First, or Gold's Gym. These are the brands that you would see most of the time, like the Life Fitness. There's a lot of the electronics, Hammer Strength, a lot of the dumbbells and things, Stairmaster, that we talked about the Stairmaster. And the Proctor has multiple different, bench press machines and chest press machines and things in that sort. All of these different, all these six, these six brands are very, 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 very common, and all the think about, if you think about universities and the university gyms and things like that, these are all equipment that you see very, very frequently. Now we're going to talk about some of the two accessory equipment that you may see. People may not always think about as fitness equipment, but it's very, very essential to the recovery and the mobility of the athlete. First, let's look at the foam roller, created by, I cannot pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try. In the later half, is created. You can see it on the screen. It's in the later half of the 20th century. The method aims to reduce the pain, mobility issues, alongside improving physical functioning through increasing clients' awareness of their own body. It's kind of tricky to pinpoint who introduced the foam rollers in the weight room community, but they're not only used for weightlifters. They're used for athletes. They're used for pro athletes, runners, bikers, baseball players, football players, basketball players. People use it for multiple different reasons, just to stretch out, physical therapy. I mean, this is a part of, an essential part of the development of the athlete and the recovery and their mobility. And it's as small as a foam roller. If you look at the black one, that's laying down a long black one. That's the most common one that you probably see. You probably see that one the most in a lot of gyms around, or in athletics, in pro athletes. But the orange ones you may see like on the track, where a lot of runners use that one. The small red one you can see a lot of basketball players put that in their backpack and use before the games, either on the sideline or before pre-warm-ups. And the blue one you see maybe some football players use, because the blue one is a little different than the other two, because the blue one has pangs on it that you can see to kind of stick outside the foam roller to kind of give a better deep tissue, um, a deep tissue massage, and kind of, a deep tissue, let me see how I can say it, deep tissue massage, and kind of reduces the pain and kind of gets you ready for competition maybe the next day. I wouldn't really recommend to use this same day as competition. You kind of really want to use this, maybe the night before, to kind of get you, when you wake up, you feel a little looser, feel a little more, ready to go for competition. One of the most newest equipment out right now for athletes, and for the recovery and for their mobility, is the hypervolt gun. The hypervolt gun can do a very multiple things. It's a gun that has a vibrating trigger that when you press on, you can go for 1 to 3 levels of how hard or how fast you want it to go. And you can use it on your calves, on your back, on any part of your body that you feel sore. This is a great way to use. It's like massage therapy, pain reduction, and um, just recovery within itself. This is used without all the pro athletes, all the nuances of different sports. This is the hottest topic out right now, the hypervolt gun, and this is a gun that is continuously to evolve itself. In the first picture on the left, that was probably one of the first models that came out. On the right, now you can change the look of it, you know what I'm saying, and kind of get it more sleek and match whatever you're doing. And I think this is the biggest one that is out right now to kind of help athletes recover faster along with the foam roller. Now, if you're on ETSU and you're kind of curious about where you can find some of these equipments, and the CPA would be the first place I will look. It's open to all students and guests, where you can go in there and you can see some of the dumbbells, the Stairmasters, the stationary bikes, and some of the brands that I've talked about, Lifetime Fitness, Stairmaster, and Hammer Strength. A lot of these are in the CPA. You can walk in there and kind of check it out a little bit. Another one is the mini dome that's on campus. If you look all the way to the right with the E, that picture, that's where for the football team and basketball team usually work out. The hypervolts in there, a lot of foam rollers are in there. And there's another one upstairs, the second floor of the mini dome, where there is volleyball, baseball, a lot of other sports workout. And if you're very curious about these equipment, those are the two biggest places on campus to look for them at, and maybe go try them out. Maybe you can start your new workout plan, and those are the equipment that there is going to be at. And that is the end of my presentation. I thank you for your attendance to this talk, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day.